Hello. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're staying safe. I hope God has been teaching you more and more about Himself, like He has been with me. I feel like He's been teaching me so much about trust and letting Him lead me in new ways. Thought I'd learn that one, but we can always go deeper, hey? I just wanted to give you a bit of an update. I'm definitely grateful for social media and the ability to stay in touch that way. But I also want to do this a bit more personally. So, what has happened since December? A lot. January to March ran the Compassion Focused Discipleship Training School. We had 23 students come through. And of course, mid March, things started to become a bit more serious with COVID-19 and people needed to go home. So we had a bit more than half of the students go home, but we're still able to finish off DTS lecture phase and graduate students at the end of that. And I think what I really love about the discipleship training school is just how people encounter God, hey? Just come face to face with His love for them and to deal with stuff that keeps them from Him and really experience Him in a new way. And I love getting a front row seat as a school leader to see that happen. So then COVID happened. There were about 10-ish students who stayed around and were able to just join in with different ministries. A lot of it was in a bit of a lockdown format, so Zoom meetings and prayer meetings. What I've seen during this time is just people learning new ways of reaching out and connecting. And I think I've been really encouraged by the Australian community really reaching out and supporting one another. So I shared last time I transitioned out of healthcare and into a new role with our base director. And not gonna lie, this has been a season of transition, and transition isn't always easy. It's been made even more unknown by the COVID situation. I've spent a bit of time just processing, wow, there's been 11 years of investment into healthcare, into our mother and child health training, into our primary healthcare training, into seeing medical professionals released, into seeing people who have an oral learning style trained to learn these life-saving health messages, and a lot of investment, and just carrying that very closely to my heart for so long. And now into a situation where I'm in some ways starting over, in other ways definitely not, definitely building on what I've learned over the last 11 years and invested into. But at this point, what I'm going to be doing is really broadening out, and rather than just investing into healthcare students and workers being trained up and released into missions, I'm really going to be helping to facilitate anybody and everybody. A lot of my role is going to be relationship building. How can they be involved in missions, whether it's through going themselves, coming and doing a bit of training, whether it's fundraising and investing that way. So especially the last couple of weeks, starting to get my head around what is that even going to look like. There's a lot of new that I'm trying to learn. But I as I learn more, I'm getting more and more of God's heart for it, and looking forward to the challenge. Speaking of challenge, at the same time as I'm taking on a new role, I'm also starting the process to become a permanent resident here in Australia. I feel like God's been speaking to me a lot over the last couple of months as I've really had to dig deep. Lord, what are you saying to me? I've transitioned out of healthcare. Okay, what is your word to me for my future? And really felt Him calling me to make home here in Australia. And so what that means is that I am applying for permanent residency. To make a long story short, it's going to be a 6-year process. There's a few different stages of this process, and it's going to be a big chunk of money as well. This is going to be a season where God's really growing me, taking me a lot deeper, and there will be a greater level of vulnerability that I need to walk in, and just dependency on Him and on people around me. As much as I recognize this is going to be a battle, I am also grateful that he's called me into it. Grateful as well that he's called me to make a home here and to really continue to invest in his kingdom and in the lives of those who come through here seeking training, seeking to just encounter him for themselves. And as always, very, very grateful for your friendship, that you've walked with me through my journey. Whatever your role has been, I want you to know that it's been very significant to me and very important to me, and I'm very grateful. So please do shoot me an email, a text, or whatever. Love hearing from you. And God bless.